Trump appoints a 22-year-old ex-grocery clerk to run the DHS terrorism unit. Put her full mask. Let me say it again. The person Donald Trump did appoint to head a key terrorism unit is a 22-year-old recent college graduate whose resume is mostly short-term internships and working in a grocery store. Keep that picture up, full stop. This is what happens when you hire a game show host as president of the United States. Short-term internships, working in a grocery store, and 2 months mowing the lawns. That's on his resume. He mowed lawns for 2 months prior to having his great anti-terrorism unit chief position in the Trump administration. But no apparent national security experience other than what one might learn in the undergraduate political sciences class. Thomas Fugate, who graduated from the University of Texas at San Antonio last year. Thomas is now heading the Center for Prevention Programs and Partnerships, commonly referred to as CP3, the Department of Homeland Security. Old Thomas here. ProPublica reported Wednesday that the appointment of Thomas noted that the CP3's mission has shifted under the Trump administration, pivoting away from domestic terrorism, hate crimes, and extremism, and school shootings. Instead, they will focus on immigration issues like drug cartels and border security. According to ProPublica, Old Thomas was first hired as a special assistant on immigration within DHS in February. He was appointed to head CP3 in May after the previous director. The previous director, an Army veteran with over 2 decades of national security experience, resigned in May amid the sweeping staff and budget cuts implemented by the new administration, originally employing roughly 80 people. CP3 is now down to fewer than 20. Regardless of how CP3's mission is defined or reduced, young Thomas seems woefully unfreaking qualified to hold the damn position, much less lead it. Sources familiar with CP3's operations told ProPublica that someone with so little experience would never have gotten an interview for a junior position there in the past. Quote, maybe he's a wonder kid. Maybe he's Doogie Howser and he has everything at 21 years old, or whatever he is, to lead the office. But that's likely not the case, said one counterterrorism researcher who has worked with CP3 officials for years. Quote, it sounds like putting the intern in charge. No. It sounds like Trump is president of the United States. That's what it sounds like. Okay, that's it. Hegseth is still in charge of the damn military. Okay. All right. So when contacted by ProPublica, a senior DHS official defended Lil Thomas. And Lil Thomas has a statement, the hiring, in a statement it said that due to his success, I can't make this up, y'all. Due to his success, he has been temporarily given additional leadership responsibilities in the Center for Prevention Programs and Partnerships office as a credit to his work ethic and success on the job. He comes to work on time. What has he done? Trump just got there, man. What has he done within this amount of time that has caused you to suspend all normative restrictions to such a desired and, well, let's just say nuanced post. Scrolling through Thomas's LinkedIn page, his listed experience, a series of short-term internships and entry-level jobs. There are a total of 9 internships, all five months or less, except one 10-month program through an institute at the University of Texas at Austin. One of those internships was at the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank, in the news for his role in spawning Project 2025. Okay, now things are lining up. He also declared himself to be a landscape business owner for mowing and weeding his neighbors' lawns for 2 months as a teenager. It is in his damn LinkedIn qualifications post. When I said we are no longer on Earth 1, likely in some kind of paradox Earth where the rules are written by writers from SNL, I was joking. But obviously, there's some truth to what I said. 22-year-old. And note how young Thomas described his part-time job during college at HEB, a Texas-based grocery store chain. What he is calling being a cross-functional team member and fulfilling key duties, contributing to store operations, sure sounds like a stock clerk, a role that would entail changing sale price signs, replenishing items on shelves, quote, blocking products, pulling them to the front of the shelf, lining them up neatly, cleaning up spills and litter and other general housekeeping tasks. It is not in any way a managerial role. It's the point. The last job young Thomas had before getting this cushy job at DHS payroll was 5 months as, quote, an advanced team member on Trump's presidential campaign. Young Thomas would have been one of the many staffers sent around the country in advance of campaign events, performing tasks like setting up chairs and check-in tables, testing lights and sound systems, and unpacking and hanging campaign signage and merchandise. Again, this was not in any way, shape, form a management role. Okay, so what's going on here? Well, Trump likes him because young Thomas may have an affinity for Trump. Sounds like he's part of the MAGA cult. And he's easily manipulated by Trump. As soon as DHS released a statement in defense of this kid, now you can't say, well, it was a temporary hold because somebody quit and he was there, he knew the operation, we put him there for a week in order to keep things moving. Nothing like that happened. This guy says he's there because of his successful record. At the grocery store, because it's damn sure not at the government. There's not enough time here. He doesn't even qualify for the interview of a junior position. How did this happen? Well, it happened because Trump told you to make it happen. That's why it happened. It happened because Trump believes that your democracy, your government, your rules, your institutions, and you are a joke. The person who was there before the 22-year-old, 2 decades of military experience, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, worked his whole life at the position, only to resign because Trump wanted his stage man to head a terrorism unit. It's insane. All right, thoughts, dear brother.
Well, first of all, Dr. Richey, I cannot allow you to besmirch the good name of grocery clerks. Grocery clerks are often cross-functional team members who do a
Yes.
variety of responsibilities. So thank you to all the grocery clerks out
Yes.
there, and thank you for your service. However, in the case of Thomas Fugate, he has never actually done any service. He's never been a part of the armed services. He has no expertise. He graduated from the University of Texas at San Antonio, which is a fine, wonderful institution, but is also ranked 231 out of the top 500 schools in this country. It's not even a top 100, let alone a top 10 school. Why I say that is because if he's a wonderkind, then I wonder how he didn't go to a better school. That is all I'm stating. Love that program, love that school, just don't love this job for this person, a 22-year-old who barely has a credit score. And wasn't it MAGA who went against DEI because it said it constantly placed people who were not qualified in positions that they were not qualified for? Well, what is this? But it's MAGA's form of DEI, except it's nepotism and favoritism. They keep placing loyalists in strong top positions. There's a difference between Republicans and loyalists. Loyalists don't even think for themselves anymore. They only follow the rule of Trump. It's no longer about the Constitution. It's no longer about the United States of America. It's simply about the United States of Trump. And that's what we see time and time again. This person is clearly underqualified. For all I know, that grocery store was in Baghdad. We don't know. I don't know. Maybe he was a gardener back for ISIS. I don't know. It still wouldn't qualify him for this top position with a $20 million plus budget. Please, we cannot allow this to continue.
Yeah. And once again, it gives you a clear indication of what Trump really feels about the governing of said country. All right.